Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for The Disastrous Life of Saiki Episode 2. I've only gotten up to Episode 2 recorded because once I got done doing Welcome to Demon School Arumikun, which was up to Episode 4, I started editing those videos, and by the time I got Episode 3 edited, I was waiting on my food, so I didn't need to, try and record any more videos. And then I went and took a shower, and I was like, screw it, I'll just get one done. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get more done than I had planned, but it's just stuff. Anyway, we actually learned this episode that apparently the way some things are in the world is because of Saiki mind control abilities that apparently can change things on the genetic level. For example, hair color. Because usually in Japan, you have black, brown hair. I think that's usually it. But Saiki was born with pink hair. So he used his mind control abilities on the world to on the genetic level, so that people will be born with different colored hair, like green, blue, blonde, purple, whatever. And nobody bats an eye. So that way he doesn't stand out even more. Another thing he changed is people apparently healing faster from injuries. Is another thing he changed. What's another thing he changed? That apparently you can knock someone out by, hitting them on the back of the neck. I think you can already do that normally. Or am I thinking of something else? I think you have to hit a nerve or something to knock somebody out with not too much force. What else? There might be other things I'm missing. I probably forgot, but those are the main things that he changed. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Saiki, if your power goes out of control, the world essentially is going to end. Because if you can do that much to people, imagine what your powers would do if you weren't in control of them at all. Imagine what you could do with that power to change the genetics of people. You could accidentally change it to where people can't have kids anymore. Or that people would die young or something like that. That's disastrous, essentially. Makes sense of the title now. And before all this, they did a dodgeball game where Saiki was with some guy who's the freaking picture of a anime shonen protagonist. The way he talks to people, the way he acts, it's just like really? This guy? And he ends up against Nendo in this, and Saiki's trying to get himself out quickly because him in sports are not very good. Not that he's not good at them, he's too good at them, because he has to be very careful about how he uses his powers, because if he throws it just a little bit too much, he could kill someone. So yeah, he's trying to get himself out so that way he doesn't have to participate, and thus he doesn't risk hurting anybody in the process. This I'm gonna say shonen guy, just because I don't remember his name. He is trying for the life of him to keep Saiki in the match, and trying to essentially get him to participate more, even though when Saiki does about very weakly, I might add, just so he doesn't hurt anybody. All Saiki has to really do, though, is tell them, I'm stronger than I look, I don't want to throw the ball. And he could just act like he's just, super strong. That's not technically revealing his psychic powers, that's just, I'm sure that there are other people in this world that are super strong without even, and they could, let me know what you think, because he could easily claim that he's a little bit stronger than normal people, and that's why he doesn't want to participate. Oh, boy. Anyway, his team wins the match because of Shonen Guy. And Saiki's still trying not to stand out, and that includes in relationships. He sees them as pointless, essentially. Maybe he's, I actually just watched a video from Jaden Animation talking of her, or her talking about how she's aromantic and asexual. Maybe Saiki is aromantic, where he doesn't feel romantic feelings for others. Maybe. I mean, that would make sense. He essentially sees them as a waste of time, and he knows that there's some girl sitting near him that has a crush on him because he can read thoughts. And she tries all sorts of cliched acts to try and get him to interact with her, and like bumping into him and dropping her papers, dropping her handkerchief, all sorts of stuff where she's trying to get his attention, and it's obviously not working because he's avoiding it all. Thank God she finally realizes that maybe they're not meant to be. And, like, probably not even 5 seconds after this, some guy comes up with a cheesy pickup line and to show interest in her, and she's just all liking this guy now. I'm like, girl, you bounce back way too fast. And another one is where his parents are trying to set their room back up because apparently they had been living in separate rooms, and I still don't get his parents at all. They act like they hate each other, yet apparently they love each other, yet they're sleeping in separate rooms. I just, like, what? Anyway, they try and get him to use his powers to move things around, and obviously he doesn't want to. But they guilt him into doing so, and he moves the bed around a few times because it's blocking the balcony, then it's blocking the closet, then it's blocking the door. And so they decide maybe we should open up the room and have more room because the room is kind of small. And so he breaks the room, he just flicks the wall, and it breaks. I know he's super strong, but still, it just never gets funny. And now they think the room is too big. I'm like, you could add furniture, you can make that part of the room into... Anyway, they go back and forth on all sorts of things, on decorating the room or getting the room set up, and then they finally realize that the room that they broke the wall through to put the bed in was already bigger than the one that the bed was originally in, so why don't they just make that other room their master room, and they have Saiki fix the wall, and he fixes it, but the drawback of that is that he bends time, he reverses time to do that, and thus it affects the entire room, which means that they're back to having separate rooms. So now he did all that for nothing, essentially. Oh my god. Saiki is just not having a fun day, is he? Or not, rather having a fun week, because I assume it's happening over at least a couple days. Anyway, let me know anything I missed, and I will see you all next time.